Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Terry if you're new. If you are a returner, welcome back. So today we're going to dive into how to start and create your own herbal tea garden so that you don't have to buy that expensive tea anymore and you can make your own blends. And bonus, they're a heck of a lot more healthy for you guys as well. And I'm going to also share with you the herbs I have in mind, and these are great starter herbs. I'm a starter at it. I'm going to show you how to harvest them, how to dry them, and how to use them in tea. And we're going to make some we're going to make a blended tea today. It is got apple mint, peppermint, and lemon balm, and we are also going to make some pineapple sage tea. And yeah, so I think it's going to be a little bit of a fun video. So hang tight and let's get right into it. Okay, I had to go and grab my tea that I made earlier in the video. This is the first blend we're going to make. This tea, you can kind of see it here. I've got, I put it in here, but this is this is the lemon balm. I'm calling it lemon mint. It's lemon balm, apple mint, and spearmint, and it's really great. And I have it with some organic honey. For reference, I'm in zone 7B in Virginia. And so when you're looking to start your own tea garden, I'm going to take you back to mine. I do have a couple of herbs up front, which I'll tell you about in a minute and why. Most of it's in the back. You don't need a lot of space to do this. You could even do this like on a patio. Mint is great in containers anyway. It comes back usually year after year. Now, if you're in the really colder zones, you can bring your mint plant inside, and mint can run away. So what I mean by that is if it goes to flower, it will drop seeds everywhere, and you will have mint in your grass, you'll have mint everywhere. So I wouldn't just plant it directly in your flower bed. Now I have a small raised flower bed that is just for those herbs, and so those can go as they want. Honestly, right now, the mint is a little young, so the lemon balm is what's taking over that whole bed. Eventually, I'm going to have to probably move them and separate them and designate a bigger space for them. But for now, it's fine. And then I'm going to tell you a little bit about which herbs I have. In the front, I have lavender. Now, lavender's a little bit of a picky herb. It doesn't like it likes drier conditions, and it doesn't like to be real wet or it will not thrive. So you can actually harvest the leaves of the lavender, and you can harvest the flowers of the lavender. The leaves are great for tea. You can use both in tea, honestly, but we're going to go out there out front. I have 2 lavender plants now. I do plan on adding more. They're young, so I haven't pulled a whole lot off of them yet. I do have some of the leaves in a jar, and I did harvest the flowers this year, which are dried and hanging in the other room. So we'll probably scoop a little bit more of the lavender up, and I'm just taking a little bit off of it so that those plants can get a little more established. They were very small when I put them in, and they've bushed out nicely and they bloomed nicely. They're on a slope, so they don't get too much water, and they get full sun here. And when I say full sun here in Virginia, it is hot and humid here. Those are our conditions. They're in an area with pretty like clay soil. The other herbs I have, I've got pineapple sage, and then I've got rosemary. Pineapple sage is one that may or may not come back in my zone. It depends on the winter. I had it, and it gets beautiful red flowers. In fact, I'll put a picture of it here. It gets these gorgeous red flowers on it in the fall. I bought this one in the fall because I had one, and it was massive. I didn't know at the time I could make tea out of it, or I would have. I wasn't really paying attention then. I was just thought it was beautiful. So that's in its own space in the garden. And if it comes back, great. If we have a bad winter and I have to replace it, I will, because it's quite a delicious tea. And then rosemary is a very strong tea that is good to blend with things. And I have that in a separate little area. And that's another one that may not come back next year. If you are in the colder zones, those are 2 that you will probably have to replace yearly in your garden. Here, it's hit or miss. It depends on our winter. I had a rosemary plant that lasted 2 years, and then this last winter we had a lot of ice, and it was doing okay. It had come back and everything, and we got a really late freeze, and it killed it. So I just replaced it, and the new one's doing really good and is really healthy. And then in the little raised bed, which was I have lemon balm, peppermint, and apple mint and sage. And I have 2 different types of sage. My sage plants all of those should come back every year. Lemon balm I've had forever, and I have lemon verbena too. My lemon verbena out there got roasted. We had a 90-degree day. It's fall and we had a 90-degree day, and it just, in fact, it's okay. I grabbed it. It's all dried out. I can just cut it and add it into my mixture. It's fine. And that'll come back again next year. Well, it should. I don't know if it had a chance to reseed, so we'll see. But the ones that I have in the little, I don't know, the little raised bed, those are all ones that should come back. Those conditions for those plants, they do get some shade, and they do much better here just due to our hot heat and humidity getting some shade. So you have to research your zone, your garden zone, and it's by zip code. So you can just like put in Google, what is my garden zone? And my zip code is blah, 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 and you should be able to pull it up. And it'll tell you, and then once you know, like I'm garden zone 4 or 5, like up in the Northeast, you might be a 4 or 5 in like upstate New York. Well, then you're gonna have colder conditions, and you'll know what's perennial and what's not in your area, and what kind of sun to give it. Usually, if you're more in the Northeast or in the colder areas or Midwest, you're gonna put your herbs in full sun. They'll be able to handle it here. Where here, if I put them into full sun, they would be destroyed. So. We're going to go out and take a look first at our lavender, and then I'll take you in the back and show you the other herbs there, and then we will get into the harvesting and the drying. So stay tuned. Okay, friends, here are my 2 lavender bushes. I am going to cut them so we can save some of the leaves of them. I'm just going to cut a few of these down. They are absolutely fine. You're supposed to kind of cut them back every fall anyway. It helps them to not get so woody. Actually, as the fall goes down, so you can see I'm cutting right down into where it's like browning a little bit. When it gets closer to fall, I mean it's fall now, but like colder, I'm gonna cut them all the way back. I'm not gonna do that now, but we will be doing that. And I wanna show you something. Actually, I'm gonna cut below it so that you can see it. Okay, so normally on this, I would have cut right here, because here is a whole nother little set of leaves coming in. So I'm just going to cut some of this, not all of it. We're not going to use this tea today. This is going to dry. All right, that's probably enough. So that would make a really great sleepy time tea paired with chamomile, which I don't have right now. Okay, there's our lavender. When I get back in the house, I'll be washing that and then leaving it out to dry for a little bit. And in here, I've got some from earlier in the year, lavender and calendula. This is all ready to go into tea. So these are now ready to go into tea bags. And that will eventually be. Okay, friends, let's go out back, and I'm going to show you where the rest of my herbs are. I don't think I'll be cutting any, although I need to, but I'm going to just show you. I do have oregano here. I guess you can make tea with oregano too. I'll show that to you. That's not what part of the tea garden, but I think it can be used for tea. So here's my oregano. Mine does come back every single year. I do use this dried oregano for cooking, and then I also use it for tinctures for immunity and health reasons. It helps with a lot of, it's like antiviral, antimicrobial, all that. It kills bad stuff. So these 2 beds will go up here and down there once the deck is finished being stained. But let's walk over to where my real herbs are. You can also use roses, strawberries, raspberry leaves. I think the red raspberry leaf, which I don't have. I have golden raspberries. Let's start with our pineapple sage, because that's all I had lonesome over here. I just recently planted it. It's right here, and it is due to be harvested. So I could cut this. I kind of want to see it go to flower, but I don't know if it will this year. So I may cut some more of that and let that dry. That is our, as you can see, that is our pineapple sage. And when you rub the leaves of the pineapple, rub the leaves, you smell the pineapple. It smells great. Okay, now, coming over here, I've got my rosemary right here, which I probably should cut a little of it. And there's just some wildflowers and some calendula in here. Not calendula, zinnias. Doesn't get a lot of sun back here. Great conditions for the rosemary though. It's doing really good back here. And then over here, this whole little box is all herbs. So this, I've harvested 3 or 4 times on this. This is the lemon balm. This is the spearmint. I don't have a lot left of, it's kind of what I do have is going down on this other side here. So I'm not going to cut any more off of the apple mint. It was a first year plant for me, and it's established its roots, but this is the apple mint and it's softer leaves, which is how I know what it is. This is the sage, and I have cut off this a little bit. You can see the peppermint is pretty like long and windy, and it's really grown a ton. So I'll probably cut more of that mint, that peppermint back. Let the sage give the sage a little bit more room, and I'll probably cut this back. All of it will be cut all the way back for winter anyway. And then the only other spot I have is, I'm just going to zoom in first because I can't walk back there right now, but the lower part you can see I've harvested. It's still thriving, and then there's more on the top that I have yet to harvest. And there is another sage in here right here. This is another garden sage, and sage is it's great for menopause and premenopausal women. Helps with hot flashes. It's very potent though, so I only need, like, if I'm going to make like a fresh tea, I might just clip off like this much, just a little tip, and that is plenty to throw in your tea to help you out. So I'll take that in and I'll use that today. Yeah, and so that is all of my different herbs that I have. And I just started this year, so I will be adding more herbs and things as I go along and get more into this. And my goal is to have enough tea for an entire year. And usually your herbs have their potency for about a year. So you want to do what you're going to, you obviously use what you can. And if you have more, then you can gift it to people with a cute little mug. And you can give them it in the jar, and then just give them you can give them a steeper, or you can give them the little tea bag so they can do it themselves. So if you have somebody who likes tea, it's a really cute little homemade gift. Okay, come on with me. Actually back in time with me because we did some harvesting, so let's go. Hey friends, I'm out in the garden, and I am gonna go ahead and harvest some lemon balm. I also have some apple mint to harvest. There's a big old writing spider over here, which I disturbed. She was eating a meal and I disturbed her. So I think I'm gonna harvest over in the corner down here because I haven't harvested there, but then I'll grab the apple mint from here, and then I'll show you how I preserve it. So easy, and how we can make some lemon balm tea, apple mint tea. You can mix them. I think I'm gonna let my peppermint go for right now. I do have flowers on my apple mint, but I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's harvest the apple mint first, and then we'll do the lemon balm. And you guys are gonna be impressed with how simple and easy this is. One of you had asked me to show you how to do that, so let's go. So I've got a bag, and I just brought my scissors out here, and we're gonna go and harvest. Bugstone stuff down here. Okay. Okay, so this is a mix of, these shinier leaves are peppermint, and then this one's peppermint too. And then these ones that are fuzzier are the apple mint. That's how I know the difference. And these ones have started to flower. I'm just gonna cut the little seeds off and let them lay in there so they reseed. And in here. enough, and what I'll do is I'll talk with you in the house about what are the benefits of the lemon balm and all of that, and tea, and yeah, and then we'll go ahead and get this stuff dried out. I have some already that's dry too, so we'll make tea with some of that. But I do want to grab on this side of my fence here. If I can pull you guys up a little, hold on. I don't know how well you can see that, but I've got a bunch of it growing out here. This is peppermint growing out here, so I'm gonna grab these. This is all peppermint. This is apple mint. Put these down here. That one there. That one there. This is a peppermint. You can see there. It's got the flower on it. And just to get close to show you. Okay, so I cut this here. Hopefully you can see this. But there's new little baby leaves growing here and here. So they're just gonna keep branching. So you can see there's new little pieces here coming in on the sides. They're real small right now. Right there, little tiny leaves coming in. So if I cut here, these little guys will grow. If I cut here, they'll grow. Anywhere there's 2 sets of leaves, there's gonna be more. I'm just gonna take the tip off this one. So that'll keep growing, and that is peppermint. Here's one with the flowers. So I'm gonna cut this one too, and I'm gonna cut this one right here, because you can see there's more leaves coming right there. Miss Spider has come back because she's got her kill right there. You can see that she's already wrapped it and she's ready to have her breakfast. So we are going to go ahead and leave her alone. Okay, first things first, we're gonna take it and wash all of it. Just to make sure we don't have any spiders or critters or anything like that. And we have a weed. We do not want you, sir. That's really weird. Oh, okay, there we go. All right, now I'm just going to lay it out in this tray and let it sit outside to dry for a few hours. And I just mixed the lemon mint, apple mint in this bin. The lemon mint, apple mint, and lemon balm are all mixed in. I'm not going to separate it. I'm going to make this a tea blend. But I'm going to also show you I have regular lemon mint. So right now, let's take this outside. We're just going to set it in the sunshine to dry. You can use a dehydrator if you want, or you can just leave it outside in your house in the dryness for a few days, and literally 2 days, and it'll be dry and ready to go. But we're gonna stick it outside and it'll process a lot faster. Okay, I've laid it out here. It's gonna sit out here for a few hours. We'll come back and we'll check on it later together. This little cart is a little garden cart. It's kind of half put together right now because the bottom's not on, because we're in the middle of, Robert just finished power washing the bottom here, and we're getting ready to stain it in the next week. portion of the deck. Obviously, this is not done, and he doesn't have enough to finish over here on the outside, so we have to get more stain. But look at how great it is looking. Here's the other part of it. It's all wet, so we have to keep Grayson off of it. Good morning, friends. So it's weeks later, and my lemon balm and peppermint and apple mint is all dried out. So I'm going to show you that. This is lemon balm that I got earlier in the year, and I just clean out our like spaghetti jars and stuff stuff them in there, and this says lemon balm, and I put the year 25. This is some lemon balm peppermint that I forgot what this cute little jar came from, but it's just got a little cork on it, and I'll use this. This is what I'm currently using for my tea right now, and then I'll fill it after that big jar, or after this is empty, I'll fill it with that. This is obviously, I'm going to just title it like, this is a blend of the mints, so I'm calling it lemon mint. So I have my jar here, which we will label. So once it's dried out, let me just turn you down. And what I'll do is, as I'm filling this jar, it's going to take me a little bit because I got to get all of the stems and stuff out. So this is what it looks like now. I'm going to do a voiceover with some information on each of these herbs and their benefits to drinking them in a tea. Lemon balm and lemon verbena are two of my absolute favorites. And then of course there's peppermint. I love mint in general. There's peppermint and apple mint in here as well. You can use lavender. There's a whole bunch. I did buy a pineapple sage plant, and we're going to make a cup of tea with fresh leaves as well. So you can make it with dried leaves or fresh leaves. So after this, I will show you the pineapple sage plant, which, by the way, when it blooms, it's gorgeous. Mine's not blooming yet. I got it really cheap at, so it was end of season. It may perennialize here. Depends how bad our winter is. So excuse me, don't be scratching your nasty into my coffee. Doobie. Come here, give me kisses. Give me a kiss. Come here, give me kisses. Come on. Come on. Okay, now give me kisses. Right here, right in the smackers. Kisses. He says no. Okay. Anyway, so all you're going to do, just real quickly, I'll take this, like this big one. So all you do is you can put it right in the jar, and you just do that. Now, you can, it does make a little bit of a mess, so what I'm going to do, and then you can throw those out, is I'm going to actually do it in here. You can, after you have all of your herbs in here, you can, if you want it very fine, put it in a food processor. I don't do that because lemon balm has a lot of natural oils. So I literally leave it in the big chunks, and then I'll put it in little tea bags, organic tea bags. I think I have some. I'll show you guys in a minute. And I steep it, and I'll crush them up a little bit right before I put them in the tea. So, all right, so I'm going to get going, and I know this one was apple mint. I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and make our tea blend here, and then I'll show you the little video I have of the pineapple sage, and we'll have a cup of that together as well. So hang tight. Okay, while I am putting all these herbs into a jar, I figured I'd give you guys some ideas for some blends. So peppermint and apple mint, which are two that I have here. Of course, I'm adding the lemon, but both are very refreshing, cool mints. They grow very crazy. Anything in the mint family does, so definitely keep them in containers unless you want them to take over. Although we have trouble growing grass, so if it grows into our grass and Robert mows it and it smells amazing, I am happy with that. So then there's lemon balm and lemon verbena. I actually have both. What I used here was lemon balm. It is also a member of the mint family with a light lemony scent. Here in Virginia, both of these for me are perennials. They'll come back year after year, as will the apple mint and peppermint. Lemon balm's known for its calming properties. It helps with both anxiety, sleep, and digestion. Also, it has antiviral effects, so it's great to have on hand during cold season. Lemon verbena has a much stronger citrus scent and flavor, and it's really great for mood lifting, easing tension, and aiding digestion. It really loves the heat, but does appreciate some shade here in Zone 7B. Also, I have growing sage. I have 2 different types, and it's very earthy, grounding, slightly peppery. Sage tea is good for soothing sore throats and balancing your hormones. I specifically got it for menopause or perimenopause, and it's rich in antioxidants. Used very sparingly in blends because its flavor is very strong and can dominate. Rosemary, I also have this in my TeaGarden, is an energizing herb that improves memory and circulation. In tea, it can be slightly bitter, but pairs really well with lemon and mint. So you can do a lemon mint rosemary blend. And this is one that may not overwinter in zone 7B. So if I get a really brutal winter, then I know I'll have to replace the rosemary. I had the rosemary overwinter one year, and then this year it did not, and I bought a new one. So lavender. So I have 2 lavenders. They're not in my TeaGarden. They are up front. I will be getting more of them and kind of lining part of my front flower beds with them. But it's it's both beautiful visually and aromatically. It has very calming properties, reduces stress, and can aid in sleep. Lavender doesn't like wet feet, so that's why I planted mine on kind of the slope in my front yard where it stays drier. And it also really blends beautifully with the lemon balm and the mint. And you can actually use the leaves of the lavender as well as the purple flowers. You can get oils out of the flowers and the leaves, but the leaves are really what I would use for the tea. And as far as drying and storing, you can see what I did. Once your herbs are established, and harvesting is simple. You just clip them in the mid-morning after the dew is kind of dried, but before the strong heat of the day. You can either dry the herbs by hanging them in bundles upside down in a warm, dry, shaded spot, or use a dehydrator on the lowest setting. And of course, what I did, it was hot out. I just set them outside for a few hours and they dried out in that tray. Once they're dry, you store them in glass jars out of direct sunlight, label them with the name and harvest date, and they'll keep their potency for about a year. So my goal is to have about a year's worth of tea for a whole year every year. So, and then grow more stuff in the summer. So, and then I give away. If I have too much, I give it away as gifts. So to make your herbal tea blends, you use this is kind of a recipe, but it's 1 to 2 teaspoons of dried herbs per cup of boiling water. You're going to steep for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on the herb. If it's rosemary or sage, which are pretty strong, you might not want to steep them as long. So common cozy blend would be lemon balm, lavender, and a touch of sage. Digestive mint would be peppermint, apple mint, and lemon verbena. That's kind of what we have today. A focus tea would be rosemary, lemon verbena, and a pinch of lavender. And you can experiment with ratios and kind of figure out what works the best for you. Overall, this is a great way to save on tea, which can be expensive, and it's just so easy to make yourself. And honestly, it tastes so much better. So I think you guys are really going to enjoy starting a tea garden and making a lot of your own teas. I can't wait to hear if you have made some of your own, or you're going, or if you're thinking of starting a tea garden. Let me know. But these are some of like the basics. I will eventually add more to mine as I get more room and I develop my beds a little bit more. But for me, this is a great start. The lemon balm, the lemon verbena, lavender, sage, apple mint, peppermint, rosemary, and lavender. Those are really great herbs to start with, and you don't have to grow them from seed. Just buy a start and let them go. If you are in an area that's warmer than me, you're going to want to give your herbs a little bit of sun, but then some shade. Mine are in kind of a part shade situation. They get sun and shade, but they're probably a little heavier in the shade because it's warm here. And then if you're in cooler zones, you're going to want to put them in full sun. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Please let me know if you plan on starting, or if you do it already, like if you have great blends you want to share of things you've done. Please share in the comments so that everybody can try to make it as well. And hope you guys enjoyed this. Okay, friends, so I have another full jar of the lemon mint tea, and this is just regular old lemon balm, and then this one was lemon peppermint, and I have a kitty, excuse me. These are, now they have paper bags. These ones I just happen to have, I think they came with a subscription. And these are little tea bags that you are then just going to stuff with the tea blend, tie off, and steep, and you can also have it fresh. So what I'll do now is I'll make a cup of this. Let's try our new blend. So we'll make our lemon, our lemon mint tea. We'll make some of that, have a cup of that, and then you're gonna see you're gonna see in a minute the extension of a video that was done a couple of weeks ago with the pineapple sage, and you'll see me steam that. I believe I do that fresh with some leaves because there was a big branch that broke off, and I used it to make some tea, and it's really good. Actually, I did that, and there's actually, let me show you right now. Hold on. So this is now an iced pineapple sage tea, and it is sweetened with, oops, must be on funny. It's sweetened with agave sweetener, agave syrup. This isn't on there real well. I'm gonna get a different top for it. So so you can make that, and then you have iced tea too. I think I made it fresh with the leaves, the fresh leaves, and had it hot, and then I saved the remainder of it because I had steeped it in my tea maker. Or you can make it with the dried leaves and put them in the bags and steep them, or if you have a steeper, you can use those too. So let's go make a quick cup of this, and then I'll show you that other part of the video. Okay, I've started the water. I'm gonna go ahead and fill our little cup, or I mean our little tea bag. Now, if you get some of the little sticks in here, it's fine. I tried to get as many out as I could, but sometimes they're in there, and it's fine because it's gonna be in here. But you're gonna just shove, I don't know, I just do it like by eyesight. And then if I see like right there, I'll pull that out. It is a little bit messy. You may want to pre-do these. This is also a great little gift for Christmas. I always give my kids some homemade tea, and I put them in the tea bags for them with a little card just saying what it's good for. So lemon balm, the best thing for lemon balm is anxiety and stress, depression. It's really good for that. And it's also really good. The mint is really good for focus. A lot of additional benefits I'm not mentioning, which I will. I'll list some of them, or I will have already have done that for you. But you're just gonna shove it in there until it's about mostly full. And I just kind of squish it down just to release some of those oils. Tie your bag off. So I don't even have it full. You can see mine's like about half full, but it does expand, so that's absolutely fine. Now you can actually tie this off if you want so the pieces don't go in the thing, but I don't really care if that happens. I am gonna clean up these little pieces that fell out. That's normal. Put them back. I'm probably gonna put this one on the shelf. We're trying it for today, but I'm still working on this one. So I'm gonna keep this out and put this back on the shelf with my other ones. Now you can sweeten it with sugar if you want. I just got, this is honey, local honey from our garden center. It's by C&W Bees Apiary, and it's in Dinwiddie, Virginia, which is not far at all from where I'm at. You can also use, this is great too, you can see I've really enjoyed this. This is blue agave nectar. This has got a really light but sweet, mild flavor. I'm gonna use honey. Honey is really good for you. So I'm gonna put about a spoonful, give or take. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that, and that's fine. So, see, my bag just fell down in there. That's absolutely fine. As soon as this gets up to 200, it'll let me know, and we'll pour the water over it, and we will let that steep in there with our lemon balm. Okay, it's turned off, meaning it is ready. It's boiling. Let's pour it over our tea bag, which went completely upside down in there, but that's fine. So you can steep it, you can dunk it a little bit. When you're making natural herbal tea, it doesn't get as dark as it would if if it like a normal tea. These are little herbs that you're seeing in here, which pieces of the plant matter, and that's fine. And it's okay to ingest them. It's not an issue. So I'm gonna let that steep about 10 minutes and then we'll try it. Good morning, friends. It's Saturday and Grayson just went to a birthday party. So I am going to do the fun stuff first today. I'm going to get some flowers and soil, and then I have to get some groceries as well, but I don't want the groceries to like sit in the car, so I'm gonna do that last. The plants will be okay. I don't know what I'm looking for. I might be getting, I'm not sure yet. It's getting wild over here. You can kind of see, hold on. So all of the, this is through the window, and there's a lot of bees out here, but the bees and pollinators absolutely love it. It's buzzing with activity. I actually like when the coleus blooms because it's just a pollinator that they just love it. The hummingbirds love it, everything does, and I kind of like the fun spikes. My zinnias in the back are old, and things are getting worn out. Some of the stuff looks good, a lot of it doesn't. So I'm probably pulling down the vine today that is on the arch in the front because it's getting a lot of mold, like powdery mildew. The zinnias are still doing well, and I want to save seeds, so I'm leaving those, but I pulled off a lot of the mildewed flowers, and I've got backup zinnias planted, but I need fresh soil because it's not popping. The new seeds I planted recently didn't pop through the soil, and I think it's because there's hard like bark mulch over the top of it, and I think I just need soft, like fluffy soil because I think the soil was just too compacted. And it's time to add some soil to the bed, so I'm gonna go pick some of that up and then hopefully put some more seeds in, water it. Actually, it's supposed to rain like tonight and tomorrow, so I might not water it. Anyway, let's go to the garden center and see what we find. All right, well, we're hitting 90 degrees today. I got two things of like a spelma potting mix. I got a new rudbeckia, which is a perennial. I got a big pineapple sage, and a piece broke off here. I may root it, but I'm going to pull the leaves off of it and make some iced pineapple sage tea, which also, by the way, helps with insomnia. And there's other benefits. I'll look them up and go through. I was just trying to, I knew it gets really beautiful, like red flowers too. I think I'm going to put it in the back garden. And then I got some new pansies, like a dark purple and then like a light, like blue and white. Some broccoli, and I think some kohlrabi, which I have no idea how to use. Something just fell down there, probably just crushed my flower. So anyway, we're gonna go unload this, and then I gotta go to the grocery store, but so when I unload it, I'll show you everything. Hold on. Okay. Why is that blurry? This is a piece that broke off. I'm just gonna wash it. I'm gonna take the cutting of it and see if I can root it. And I'm gonna use the leaves and some fresh tea. We're gonna go ahead and start this up. I just put the leaves in there. It's gonna steep, and I'm going to the store. I am out of honey, so I'm gonna go get some more organic honey. I'm probably gonna have this later because I'm gonna have it chilled, and I'm gonna put some honey and ice in it, and it should be delicious. I'll let you know. It is fully steeped. It's warm. I'm going to have it warm. It's fine because I have enough. I'll do the rest cold. But you're going to see when you fresh steep herbs, it's not a lot of color. You can see it's just sort of like a light yellow. And I forgot to get honey. I didn't forget. I couldn't find it. So I got organic blue agave nectar. And I'm going to put a tablespoon or so of that in to taste. I don't really know. You can also use like monk fruit or honey. We'll try it like this. This is going to have a little bit of a citrus flavor because it's pineapple sage, so it should have a little bit of a sweetness to it already. So we'll
See how that tastes. It started raining outside, so I had gotten home literally just in time. And it's raining. I don't know how long it's going to rain. I came home, unloaded the dishwasher, or the dishes. What am I talking about? The groceries. I can't even think today. And I did a bunch of laundry that's been like on my to-do list for all week. Got that done and folded. I still have to put it away, but it's folded at least. Let's go enjoy some tea out here. We'll see how it tastes. You might be able to hear the rain. There's nothing like a nice midday warm rainfall, and we need it right now. We had a short, kind of really aggressive storm the other night. But it was very short. But we had like 50 or 60 mile an hour winds. That was nice. It does have a nice, like, mild, sweet flavor. It's supposed to also help with insomnia. Gosh, I got so much to do in this garden. Okay, guys, I had to get back to work, but I have been sipping on this tea. So good. Really, really love this blend, and it was just the perfect amount of honey I put in here. I'm really, really loving it. So I hope you guys have been inspired to start your own little herb tea garden. It's so easy, and you will become addicted to making your own tea, especially if you really enjoy tea. So I will see you guys all very, very soon. Feel free to ask me any questions below, and I'll do my best to answer them all. Take care, guys. Bye.